Welcome to my YouTube channel, Ajir-Stronger Together Families channel. I help parents build strong marriages and raise confident children, and also create happy and joyful homes or families. That is what our channel does. So if you are coming to my channel or you are visiting my channel for the first time, that is what we do. And today we are going to be looking at something very fundamental that a lot of people who are married, some who are not married, have always asked. I have been asked this question severally, even where I do my teachings and also do my counseling, and I want to bring it up so that I can give us some analysis so that we can know what to do when we are faced with such a question or such a situation. And what is the question? Should married people stay friends with their ex? You are married. You have an ex-lover. Should you remain friends with your ex? And I have sought opinions from people. Some people say, there's no problem. You can remain friends. Is it not friendship? Once it is friendship, there's no problem. You can. And then some people say that is a very dangerous path to take. So a lot of people are giving diverse opinions on that. So we're going to look at it. We're going to give some analysis in this video so that at the end of this video, you will know whether it is wise to go into such a situation or not. So first, there are certain issues we need to look at while analyzing it. And what are the issues? First is, can you separate your past from your present? Is it possible that you can honestly separate your past, especially if you are invested emotions? Can you separate your past from your present? The second one is, when you have emotional history with someone, can you overnight turn that to friendship? And let us just be friends. I'm being friends with my ex is just for friendship's sake. Can you honestly say someone you have invested emotions in, can you turn that to just be friendship? And then, how can this affect your marriage? You need to also analyze that. How can this particular path you want to take affect your marriage? So we're going to be looking at all this. We're going to analyze it and see where it is wise and safe for married people to stay friends with their ex. Number one, marriage changes priority. That's the first thing you need to put at the back of your mind. Marriage changes priorities. When you marry, your spouse becomes the primary emotional partner you have. As soon as you marry, your wife becomes a primary emotional partner, your closest confidant, and your priority relationship. Because remember, marriage is a covenant. You are in covenant with your wife. She comes first before every other relationship. So any relationship that threatens the unity between you and your wife is not worth it. Marriage requires emotional focus. So you should focus all your energy, focus all your emotions, focus everything on your partner, on your wife. Every relationship that threatens that relationship does not worth it. Number 2, the danger of emotional reconnection. See, one thing with emotions is this. Even if you have separated with your ex-lover, as soon as you meet at a close range, especially you meet when you are only 2 of you, that can ignite emotions that were in the that you left in the past. So there is every danger of emotional reconnection. Once you have emotional history or some romantic memories or physical attraction with somebody, there is every tendency that if you go close to that person, that can be reconnected back. So you must be very, very careful. You must be careful. Number 3 is you must ask certain questions and provide answers to them. You must ask and answer. When you ask and you answer, and those answers are not in favor of your marriage, then cut everything off. What are the questions? I'll read them out to you. Does your spouse feel safe with this arrangement? You want to go and be friends with your ex. Has your partner say you can go ahead? Because you must discuss with your wife. Your wife, if she wants to go and be friends with her ex, she must also discuss with her husband. So, does your spouse feel safe with this? If he doesn't feel safe, your answer, if he or she does not feel safe, there should be no friendship with ex. Would I be comfortable if my own partner goes and be friends with her ex or his ex? Put it in your shoe now. If I am the person, my partner walks up to me, my wife walks up to me and tell me that, darling, I want to go and make friends with my ex. How will you feel? Will you be comfortable with it? If you are not, then of course it's not possible. Then is this relationship completely transparent? That's another question. Are you sure that if you are friends with your ex, your relationship will be 100% transparent? If not, it's a no-no. Then another question is there absolutely no emotional attachment left? There are some certain circumstances you and your ex-lover separated. You didn't quarrel. For instance, maybe you were about to marry and they said you are not compatible, your genotype is not compatible. So if you marry, it's every likelihood that you have a child that will come out with sickle cell anemia. And then because of that, you separate. Remember, you didn't offend each other. Are you sure if you want to go back to that ex and become friends with, there will be no emotional attachment? You must also ask. And if all these questions cannot satisfy this transparency test, these questions should ask. If it cannot pass the transparency test, then it is not safe for you to have any this thing with your ex. You should know that. Number 4, emotional safety comes first. Look, once you marry, all your emotions, all your energy must be channeled to your wife first. And if staying friends with your ex makes her uncomfortable, creates tension between you and your wife, or causes insecurity, opens comparison between your partner and the ex, if all these things, if this will happen, then don't try it to go into friends with your ex. Number 5, analysis. When can this be acceptable? When, on what condition will it be acceptable that you can be friends with your ex? Let me read them out. These are the only conditions that will make you being friends with your ex acceptable. First, there are clear boundaries. Once you set boundaries, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, we're not going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Boundaries should be set from the beginning. Number 2, open communication. Any communication that must happen between the two of you, you and your ex, your partner must be aware. Must be aware. The next one is your spouse is fully aware and is comfortable. Your spouse must be aware of that particular friendship and must give his or her consent and must say, I accept, go and be friends with your ex. On that condition, fine. There must be no secrets. No iota of secrecy should exist between you and your ex. If you must go into friendship, no secrecy. Then interaction is limited and respectful. You must limit interaction. If the interactions pass a certain limit, cut it off, and must be respected by the two of you, or the three of you, including your spouse. Then there are shared responsibilities or none. They should your ex shouldn't wake up one day and say, my house rent, come and pay my house rent, this and that. No. If you must all agree, including your spouse, that you can help at this. I see where some people's ex even helped their friend's spouse for a contract or a job. So in situations like that, it could be accepted, but not forcing certain responsibilities on the person. But even at that, strong boundaries must be set that you cannot do it above certain limits. Yes. And then number 6, what should never happen? These are the things that should never happen. Secret communication shouldn't happen between you and your ex if you are going into a relationship. Emotional venting about your spouse to your ex. You shouldn't carry anything that happened between you and your spouse, between you and your wife, or you and your husband, and start telling it to your ex. It should never happen. Then comparing your spouse to your ex. If at all you accept and the relationship should hold, you should never compare, no matter what happens. Then late night chats must never happen. You shouldn't visit your ex lately, or be chatting while you're with your wife, be chatting. No, all that shouldn't happen. The private meetup should also not happen. Everything should be transparent. If you want to meet, either you go with your spouse and meet her, or you go with your husband and meet him, or there should be no meeting at all. Then number 7, the real questions. After analyzing this, the real issue questions should be this: why do you need this relationship? Is this something that if you don't go into, somebody will die? Or is it for emotional comfort? Or is it for validation? Or for familiarity's sake? Or for ego? Or for what? What really should ask yourself? What really should make you go and be friends with your ex? If it is not for cogent reasons, if it is not for very, very strong reasons, then it should be highly discouraged. Marriage should be a place where emotional needs are met. All these things, whether it's for emotions, whether it's for validation, all these things, you should get it in your own partner, not going out to go and get it somewhere. When you marry, your past should be remain in the past. You should focus on your marriage. Your present shouldn't compete with your past. These are some of the analysis. So you should know by now whether you really need the relationship with your ex or your friendship with your ex or not. For visiting my channel for the first time, please click the subscribe button. Those of you who are watching this video, like my video, and also go to the comment section and drop your thoughts about this, because it's affecting a lot of marriages. Go and drop your thought. Let us know whether it's really necessary or not. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.